Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you are, and welcome to the beta plan. So, time to give away a little bit of land that we took in our last war because we have won over our domestic size. For the rest, we are doing quite well. So, let's hop back into it, right? Let's do this. So, I'm thinking about giving our Chancellor. He has no martial score, and he has no stewardship. I like them to have some stewardship, I like to have them some martial, so they can rally some troops. So I'm gonna give land to this guy. This province. Now, he's surely going to be not going to be our advisor. That is simply how it goes. That, by the way, is a very short event that somebody complains like, "My lord, you're being too brave, you could get killed." And you're like, but it's such a thrill, let's do this. So, sorry to shortly interrupt there. So, I'm curious what people will think, but here we go. Good news, my lord. We have received credible reports of a recent sighting of the Great White Bear in the province of Rostov. Sell my horse. Same event as last time, we're getting quite a few of those. Interesting. And we have our first true vassal now. But this guy should like me decently. He's of the same culture. He's of the same religion. And his wife is not. But, well, that is his little problem. I always find it funny, for instance, when very lithe women get the gluttonous trait. Because then it just seems to be wrong. But gluttonous. No, I could see that in the portrait. But sometimes that just goes wrong. You have gathered your followers and your hunting dogs. You have settled your horse and prepared your weapons. You are ready to set out to hunt the Great White Bear. This time it will not escape me. Volodar is going for a hunt. Now, as said, our concubine is present. Well, she is also present, but she is also pregnant. She was present at my court for getting pregnant. That would be quite good. If it's a boy, we have a little bit of a problem because he will get our lands and we will not inherit Kiev, but we'll have to deal with that when we come to that. During your hunt, you come to a deep gorge. Right on the other side is the White Bear, staring at you. You are so close, you cannot reach it. As it runs away, you realize that you must return home without a victory this time. I can either say, no, I know my purpose in life and I'll become the hunter, gaining more martial diplomacy score, or I'm sure I'll catch it someday. This you can choose in order to keep having the random events, fire from having martial focus, and in the martial one you don't have very randomly good events, but there are a lot of randomly good events, for instance in the stewardship, also a lot of randomly bad events, but I'm gonna be a hunter. Now I'm known as a hunter, and I like that. Now my wife is pregnant, now my true wife. Oh, I came home, glorious, conquered, almost a white bear, but I had yet a better conquering to do. My wife. Yeah, that may sound a little wrong, but we'll go with it. Conquering my wife. Actually, we should have already conquered her. She's married to me, but yeah, that's always a little bit dangerous. Sorry there, I think my microphone picked up a little too strong exhale. Our first daughter of our spy master is a daughter, so that's okay. I hope that my wife will get a son, and that's good. My daughter unfortunately is club-footed, bringing down her martial score, but that's not too bad. She's a woman, and women, unless you get certain religions, don't go to war. So this is not a problem so much for her. The attraction opinion is unfortunate for her. But she's my little girl, Daria. And as said, a child of a concubine, which is what this indicates. So, continuing. I wonder, what is the rest of our culture present actually? I don't even know. Oh, that's all what's on top here and to our west. We are the extreme east side of Ilmin. Right. Who now also conquered this, Ilman. And I think this. Yeah, but it's now in a revolt. I think this is the guy, yeah, from which it was stolen. I really want to conquer this, dude. But that's for the next generation. Hopefully. He has nearly my size of man. He is very powerful. He's our great rival, let's put it that way. Well, we have some prestige. We could seriously consider training some units. That's very wrongly said. We could make a building, and when your tribe... Oh! Our wife got indeed a son, Vleslav. And he will inherit both. Here, Kiev stands there as the third one. He will inherit both. Very good. And we got a son. Now we need a new ambition. And we will try and amass wealth. We could also try to become the king, in that case, of Russia. In that case, we get a permanency B to subjugate anyone in the kingdom of Rus. Oh, Spy Master died. That is bad. After a period of illness, after she gave birth to my daughter, she died. That tended to happen in that age because they did not have that good medicine. Oh well. Well, seeing our lands are secured, I'm not going to replace my concubines. I will keep these two just because of the fun of it. But the fun factor. Yeah, that's both literally and figuratively. But otherwise our lands might be divided, but this son should inherit at least one duchy from me and the duchy of his mother, so then he should be strong enough to reform the lands if need be. But if I would gain Russia, have the ambition to become the king of Russia, I could attack this guy, Slovensky. But I'm a tiny bit afraid of that, to be fairly honest. My wife has become a hedonist, by the way. Wow. Okay then, wife, don't party too much, huh? I am your husband. It's not very proper to go and do it with other people, huh? Because, I mean, lustful. If you're in love, lust comes also a little bit with it. I mean, you want to be with the other one, huh? But she is a hedonist, and this character has chosen to lead a life of debauchery and sin. Yeah, that gives me more a different type of idea. By the way, I'm a sneaky little bastard. I'm 40 here, and my wife is 23. I hadn't even noticed yet. Proper, or I hadn't given proper attention to it. I did notice at the beginning of the game, but she was a high chiefess. Proper combination. Yeah, we differ 17 years in age. And when I started this game, I think I was 30 something and she was 19. Yeah, something like that. Oh, I could check that. If we are smart. Why does this say that it is in 799 and 74? That's weird. According to this, we started in 70, so I was then 37 and she was 19. Yeah, that could be it. And then she is 5 years younger, so well, it depends a little bit on when her birthday falls, of course, but yeah, something like that. Ooh, my wife needs help. Is this an offensive war she's doing? Yeah, she's attacking. Alright. We're going to help her. Because whatever she is able to obtain, my son will obtain. And he is a revolt as well. But this is good for our dynasty, so I'm helping. I also did, for instance, to give another example of the plan is about, a game where I started as Brittany, over here, unified it, and I never did, almost never did an offensive war. I did like 3 offensive wars. And at the end of the game, I was the Empire of Francia. By marriage alone. And I always came to my allies' aid. And I didn't start in the Charlemagne age. That wasn't time period. Let me put it better. That was not yet an option in that time. But I did start only but a little earlier. A little later. And... well, I managed that. I still have that save, actually. But whenever I load it, my computer goes a little bit crazy, so to speak. So, I can show that once, perhaps, if people are, like, really interested in it. But, I can't really play it. And besides, it's over. It's done. It's like, I own all of this. And I don't wage offensive war. So I'm not sure if that would be really interesting to watch. But it's another cool little thing that is unusual. So I say we're going to also attack these farmers and then go here. Because if this army is destroyed, this land becomes available again for my wife to pick up. And then she could gain a little bit more land. Because he's now being attacked by 4 different people. So it's definitely possible that... it's actually sure already because some people are... his lands are sieged by different people. That she will not gain everything. Voila, there already goes the first thing. That goes to Minsk. And then Podlasie, I assume, will switch to... the Polish people here. Yeah, and she gained that little terrain. Alright. I'm not even sure how he survived. Probably because of the type of declaration that people made. Oh dear, we're suffering attrition. Attrition is when in Russia can be really, really painful because of the winter. You can see the mild winter is killing our troops right now. But if I just ban them over here, not in our own lands, then we're going to have trouble from a different kind. That people do not reach home properly. They might find a lover along the way. They might just forget how to walk along the Dnieper because it's not like really difficult to find our lands. Or they might just get stuck somewhere else. I have no idea. But in general, they might get lost. So, we finally are home. We are just bending. Ooh, Karelia is being aggressive. And Novgorod is attacking. For Belo Ozero. Yeah, the only possible land that would be interesting for us as well. And it was logical for him because he would connect the borders. It's actually a decently smart move of the AI. You don't always see them do very smart. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm never going to amass wealth. I cannot do it. Because we don't have enough income and we cannot raid as Slavic people. Not a sell my horse event. So I'm going to cancel it and I'm going to say that I want to become king. And perhaps we might be able to attack Ilmen. If they suffer enough attrition here, we might be able to do that actually. Here, they're getting really down and low in number. Now, of course, you have to be careful because this is his count, not of his vassals, because the way that it is in tribes is that your vassals summon their own troops and then they add it to the siege, so you should be careful. I tend to let female thieves and bandits get away with lighter sentences than men. I might condemn a woman to a few months in prison, whilst a man might get one of his hands chopped off. It's how it should be. And people don't really like that I'm arbitrary like that. But this man says, I didn't think anyone had noticed that I give lighter sentences to women than men, but Vyacheslav was all in favor of giving men more severe punishments than women, which is strange because it's an arbitrary trait and he is not arbitrary. He is an impaler though. Perhaps he just likes to pain man. He's my spy master? Guys, I feel unsafe. And I'm asking the guys because any women that are following already give you lighter sentences. Ugh. I feel... No, he's not good. Oh, what is happening here? He's having a little revolt. That could make him weaker. That is interesting. Uh-oh. I might gain strength, I might gain angry, because you spend weeks in the wilderness searching for any trace of your prey, but to no avail. You find plenty of bugs, snakes, and riding sores, however. Yep, I've become a little angry. Wrath is an interesting trait. It makes you more focused on warfare, but less on diplomacy and intrigue, which is... You're already bad in intrigue, so actually it's not too bad. It's too bad a little bit of the diplomacy, but it's not too bad a trait. But normally, you only hold 5 traits in the end. The computer tries to balance you out to 5 traits. So if you would lose arbitrary for Wrath, I wouldn't mind. Trusting also, it's okay. It's not bad, but it's not really good. I really want to change actually. Oh, I can. I'm going to change to learning. Or no, even scholarship. Why? Because it's fun? No. It's big fun, well, but learning adds to all your technology gain points. And I would like to become a little bit better with technology. And then learning can help. And it is fun because, well, I have both lands, if I go back to the religion map of Sumonesco and of Slavic, so I have to consider which gods are actually the real gods. And so many cultures. Yes, I will focus on learning. I find that a proper choice. This is a button to say, yay, you have gained enough points, you can tech up whatever you want. I could gain some military organization, which is nice for supply limit mainly, and for gaining regiments, but I'm going to go with light infantry. Because as a tribesman you almost always have infantry. So we're going to go with light infantry. That's why the computer is going slow a little. It's January again, it needs to save. And of course I'm also recording and everything that comes with it. And this computer is actually already 7 years old. One of my traits is really being loyal. And I'm loyal even to inanimate objects. Which has burned me more often than it has gained me anything. I also used to mod, for instance, make unprofessional expansions. I, for instance, did that for Baldur's Gate 2. I'm not sure if anyone that is ever gonna watch this video will ever have heard of this, but I tried to make a mod called Mod for the Wicked, trying to allow Baldur's Gate 2 to be played better by evil characters. And at a certain point I had as they say over here in the Netherlands, a cop crash, which means that a certain part of my hard disk just couldn't take it anymore. Crashed hard and I lost all the data. Over 200 megabytes of information was completely lost. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But things happen. I'd rather have something like that than lose close family member. I'm just saying something random here. We have now 3,000 troops. I don't think he has close to that. Nope. We should really attack. We can cancel the ambition. We can go for King of Russia. No, we don't want to mess well. I said King of Russia. Become King of Rus. Now I think I'm allowed again to... Veslov is not satisfied and keeps asking for more toys to play with. I could give them to them, then he might become greedy. Less diplomacy, but more taxes. Well, we hardly clank taxes, we are a tribe. Diligence is good or trusting, but encourage him to play outside instead. He might become diligent or cynical. Cynical, less piety, more intrigue, doesn't believe so much in the gods. Diligence is bonus to almost every stat. The only one you do not get actually... No, you get them in all. What am I saying? And your vassals even like you better, so this is a good thing. Teach him some humility. Like, why would you want to keep more toys? He could become humble or slothful. Slothful is the opposite of diligent, so no, I wouldn't want that. Often advantage with your leech, and he might become greedy or slothful. Well, what are my traits? I'm rough. So yeah, but teach him humility. I'm not sure if that means I'm beating him up. But I am talkative. And I am a hunter. I'm a hunter. I'm telling him to play outside instead. And he became diligent. There we go. Very nice. A diligent 3-year-old. I don't know how you gauge that, but he is a diligent 3-year-old. I'm sorry that this episode is a little bit boring. I'm trying to... Am I allowed now to wage war against you? Yes or no? Yes, I can. We're going to do the subjugation of Rus. We are going to call all man, and we are going to call in my ally. And she might come. She's not sure if she will come. We will have to see. But this is the opportunity, and she comes to war for me. My wife is very true to me. I like it. We have a good chance to gain all of Ilman here. We have a good chance. He is losing troops like crazy. There's a revolt that I can smash pretty easily. They are gone now. We are going to cross the river. This is our moment to cross the river. And he has more wars on his hands. Oh, he has a ton of wars on his hands. Yeah, then I like it actually to siege this first. So that his enemies can't get them. Because if his enemies are... Oh, there went my spy master. I don't think I have many good options left. No, I don't. Not at all. Only my concubine, but she hates me. Yeah, let's... We have a really bad spy master, but what the heck. We're going to defeat his rebels for him. But we want this land. Because if they are indeed conquering this part, and... Well... Hey, they're from there, so that's kind of logical. I could check it out, but I'm doing a few things at the same time, so... What are we going to increase here? I think... Castle infrastructure is also for tribes. Doesn't say so. But does do reinforced hill forts. Yeah, I'm going to go for castle. It's what I normally also tend to go for. Because normally, if you choose a non-pagan thing to start with, and thing then being county, duchy, kingdom, then you have a good chance that you start with a castle, and therefore getting extra taxes from your castle is always good. I'm not so persuaded of somebody that would say money is all, but unfortunately the world revolves a lot around money, even if I would like to see it different. Simply how we have created our barter system. And yes, some people in my lands, but I'm not very fearful of them. We have more than enough troops to fight against him. And we have been declared war upon. Our daughter has trouble learning to speak. We can encourage her by example. We can birch the words from her. That's like, you have to do this. We can let her take her time. Or we can send her to the nannies instead. Well, I'm a little bit of a wrathful man. I say we should... Normally I tend to choose this one. Let her take her time. She could become diligent and stuff. But this makes sure that she will not become a stutter. There's a less chance to become a stutter. So we're choosing this. And she gained wrath. I don't like the fact that I am being attacked upon. I am also going to call my wife into this war. And I'm going to cross the border. And I will let them siege this. Also, we're killing this army, which is good. Now to wait on my wife, and then we will attack them. He doesn't want to meet me, that's pretty good for me. Oh, this is going to be interesting battle. Let's go. Because now I need to put on a lot of troops. Why do we start with such low moral? Oh, we lost. Oh, flat terrain will help for later, but... Okay, well this is simple. We are going to retreat. And there it is, the important decision. We're going to raise a tribal army. We have enough prestige. We have exactly 500 and we can raise a tribal army. I am surprised I lost there. Am I missing something? What type of terrain is this? I don't know, but we're going to attack again. We've now... I can see what type of terrain this is. Oh, and now you're scared. Now you run. Yeah, because I called in a tribal army. It's what the AI rarely does, but it's really good. Though you lose a lot of prestige, and you lose 500 prestige for 2,500 men. It's worth it, but oof. Well, this is an interesting turn of events. We are being attacked, and we are attacking. It is. I'm not going to do that. Sometimes the computer does weird, and even people that you are not hostile to will come to their defense. So I'm retreating for the moment, so to speak. And now we attack back. And then we'll see if we can continue with our subjugation. And they just want one county, so that's okay. We have no more money. That could lead to bad events, but yeah, it's logical that we have little money. We need to beat these guys. In short, we are left in a two-way war, both attacking and defending, and we need to see if we can get all the lands that we desire and see if we can become the king of Rus. But I think that the conclusion of both wars will have to happen in the next episode.